6, so I'm done work. Figured I'd try this vlogging thing out. I don't know how well I'll do, so bear with me. This is my first time really doing anything like this, so figured I'd give you a little background on me anyway, in case you're wondering, and what I plan on doing with the channel. So here it goes. So my name is Sean, 34 years old. Live in Eastern Ontario. I'm about 20 minutes outside of the nation's capital of Ottawa. Just outside of Almonte, actually. That's where James Naismith, if you're a basketball fan, that's where James Naismith was born, actually. I live about a mile from his homestead. So that's kind of a cool little fact. But anyways, yeah, so the channel, I'm an avid outdoorsman. So I plan on doing some fishing and stuff. I don't know how much, I'd love to do some shooting videos and hunting videos and stuff like that, but I want to keep the channel kind of as neutral as possible and family oriented. So I know hunting's not for everybody, but we'll see. We'll see what goes on. I may actually do a separate channel for more of the firearm stuff, just to keep it comfortable for everybody, right? So yeah, I started off life in my career as an automotive technician. I worked for 8 years at a General Motors dealership. Specialized in automatic transmissions, and I did everything, but engines, electrical, and anything powertrain, transmissions, differential stuff like that is where I shine. Not trying to brag about myself or anything, but that's my favorite subjects and things to work on. And that's a little bit of a background on that. So after 8 years, for various reasons, I ended up leaving the automotive trade, and actually I've just start a stop sign here. I'm gonna try not to take off too fast so my camera doesn't. I just have my cell phone mounted on the dash. So. Anyways, so yeah, in 2013, I guess, I ventured into marine and power sports. It was a very tough decision because I love working on cars. Like, this truck is, I love the LS-based engines. I've built my last truck. I built the engine from a bare block, basically. You can see the videos from a few years ago of that. So this truck here is just a 2007 Silverado crew cab, 4-wheel drive with a 5.3. It's got almost 312,000 kilometers on it, so that's actually I can change it here. 193,000 miles. Great truck. Only upgrades I've done to it is a cold air intake, catback exhaust, MBRP, and I also added first I did a performance tune to get rid of the torque management because that drives me crazy. I'm gonna have to readjust here. The roads in Canada are very bumpy, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. It's the frosties and stuff. It's really bumpy up here. But anyways, ended up doing a Black Bear performance tune. That really woke the truck up. And then, of course, it wasn't enough. Typical gearhead. You can never have enough horsepower. So this is my daily driver, so I wanted to keep it reliable and not have to beef everything up at the same time and still be able to have fun when I want to. So I added a Texas Speed Performance Stage 2 camshaft, low lift. That way you can keep the stock torque converter and you don't lose any low end power. So anyway, sorry I got a little bit off subject there, but so yeah, I entered the marine and power sports world in 2013 at a mainly marina, but they also sold four-wheelers, snowmobiles, and side-by-side, Sea-Doos, stuff like that. But I really took interest in the boats, mainly because most of the boats have GM engines in them, so after 8 years of wrenching on GM engines, it's a little bit different application and stuff, but in general, a lot of them are GM engines, so I was very familiar with the engine side of it. So it was just a learning curve for the marine cooling and exhaust systems, and the outdrives and stuff are a little bit different to get used to and stuff, but same principle. Rebuilding and stuff as a differential, but just a little bit different application. There's a couple more things you have to do, shimming and preloads and all that. It's just like a differential. But so, anyways, they ended up putting me through Mercury Marine, through this manufacturer training, and now I'm a certified Mercury technician. And I've been in the marine industry for since 2013, so this is my 9th season, I believe, or 8th season. So I'm just starting to get back to work now. We're starting to get kind of issue, like problem boats and stuff, figured out before the rush. Mainly sales boats and stuff, or used stuff we have to do some repairs on, and you're going to see some upcoming videos of some different stuff. And if you're a gearhead like me, you should enjoy it, and hopefully I can teach you some stuff about boats if you're interested or want to learn more about your boat. Feel free to ask me any questions. I can do my best to help you out. I'm going to get why this slowpoke here is just going way too slow. Now I work at Hearst Marina. Best place I've ever worked in my life. It's honestly, I think it's changed me as a person. It's nice being able to get up and go to work and honestly say I love what I do, and I love everybody who I work with. They're all great. They give you the shirt off their backs. And that includes management, the owner's family, and all my employees. So overall, I'm just a happier person. And at Hearst Marina, we're located about 25 kilometers or 15 miles south of the nation's capital on the Rideau Canal. So that's the world's largest skating rink, is the Rideau River. So the Rideau goes from the Ottawa River in the north, in the city of Ottawa, and then it goes south to all the way down to Kingston, Ontario. Sorry if I'm shaky here. This is a bad stretch of road, so bear with me. So yeah, I can't remember exactly how many locks and stuff there is, but you have to go through a series of locks to get down from Ottawa and get down to the Seaway of the St. Lawrence River. So that St. Lawrence River separates Canada and the United States. So we have boaters from all over the place. I'd love to do the Great Loop sometime, and Rev and Sam from What You Have to Do, if you guys are watching, I absolutely love you guys. You guys did an awesome documentary on your trip around the loop, and now doing the second loop. And hopefully if you get up on the Rideau, you can stop by Hearst, and if you need anything done on your boat, I can fix it for you. That'd be kind of neat to meet you guys after following all the journey and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. So at Hearst, we're an on-water location. Forgive me, guys, for the amount of slips, but I think it's 125 slips. We have a 80,000-pound travel lift we can lift, up to. Generally, we up to 50 feet, but I believe we can lift a little bit larger than that. So we have the travel lift, and then we have a couple of yard trucks and a highway truck. Anything under 46 we'll try and pull out with the truck, and then depending on the boat and what it needs, we try to use the trucks as much as possible, but we have the travel lift there if need be for the bigger stuff. Yeah, we service up to 60 feet, I believe, is as big as we go, and most of those boats are any of our inventory is kept down at another marina down on the St. Lawrence, I believe it's at Huts. And down near, I'm having a brain fart, sorry guys. It's just west of the Rideau, I think, maybe it's just east of the Rideau, I forget. I've never been down there at that marina yet, but this is I'm going into my third season at Hearst Marina. I specialize, well, we don't really specialize in anything. We all do a little bit of everything, but my biggest thing is the bigger jobs. I like doing the engine work. Just learning from one of our senior techs how to rebuild outdrives. I've never really done a whole lot of that stuff. The actual rebuilding, like I've resealed some of them before, but I've never actually had to change a gear set or do any shimming and stuff like I did in automotive with the differentials. So it'll be interesting to get into that too. But I like the bigger boats myself. Anything cruiser, like I'm 6'3", so honestly, if you're flexible and you're fairly fit, it's a good trade to get into. But if you're a bigger guy, you might have a hard time with marine because, like, honestly, I didn't know how many joints I had in my body until I entered the marine business. Sometimes I have to crawl up beside, in between paneling and low-speed ABS activation. Gotta fix that. Where was I? And this is all going to be uncut, unedited, so this is me. So yeah, anything over 28 feet, 28 to generally up to about 42 is what I have the most experience in. So, twin engine setups, there's different transmission types. There's like stern drives, shaft drive, V drive. Then you get into the real fancy stuff with the Mercury Zeus pods. They're no longer in production, but there's that. And Volvo also has, Volvo Penta has IPS drives. They're basically like a pod setup underneath the boat. Those are on the big stuff, like about 40 feet and up, you'll find those, but very expensive. So it's very expensive option. So we mainly see stern drives and shaft drive boats. We have a few pod boats. Yeah, I enjoy the bigger jobs. I like getting into something and being able to get at it all day, concentrate. You kind of get in a zone and you just, especially on the bigger stuff, it's nice. We work right on the water, so I literally pack my tool bag and walk down to the river in the morning, and I can get on a boat, and like that formula that you'll see in the upcoming videos here. I did the cylinder head gaskets on it last year. It overheated, and I didn't even know the head gasket was leaking, but I got lucky and it had an exhaust leak, which you'll see it still has, so we're going to have to dig into that a little bit further and see what the actual issue is here. And but anyway, so yeah, I did the head gaskets on it, and then resolved the overheat, why the head gaskets blew. So you have to not only be able to find the problem, but figure out why it happened and repair the original fault, so it doesn't happen again. You can go in and spend 25-30 hours, changing a set of head gaskets. If you don't realize you have low water pressure, low sea pressure out of out of your seawater pump, chances are it's just going to do the same thing again. Because these engines they run are like, it's not like automotive where they're running at, you know, right now I'm doing 50 miles an hour and I'm going 1400 RPM. Like that's just, you're not even up on plane in a boat like with that. So they got to be in tip-top shape. Like that, the 8.2 liters in the formula. I think the maximum RPM is almost 6,000 RPM in those. They're a very well built engine. A lot of people didn't realize it, including myself, until a couple years ago, or last year actually, whenever I thought it was a 496. Because at Hearst, this is only my 30th season at Hearst, so I was never exposed to big boats like this before. And so it was very rare that we would see a single application with an 8.2 in it. Hopefully the phone doesn't tip over here. Oh, okay. And so yeah, with the bigger boats, you know, it takes a lot of torque to get those big boats up on plane. And then like that formula, for example, I believe I had it up around, it was close to 50 miles an hour, wide open, trimmed out. So it runs pretty good for a big boat. I was surprised, like I couldn't picture a boat going that fast up until I came to Hearst. And the first time you put the set of throttles down and feel the thing take off was pretty incredible. The amount of, you know, torque you actually have under the hood to be able to get this boat up and out of the water and then propel it at, you know, 50 miles an hour plus through water. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. So yeah, I like doing the engines and the transit plates on the stern drives. They like to wear out at times, so we will opt to change the whole transit plate. And it's one part number, everything's new. You have warranty on it. Instead of, you know, going in and trying to band-aid fix it, if you plan on keeping the boat, sometimes it's worth the extra little bit to, you know, have peace of mind. Everything's new. Like a boat's not like a car. You have to think of a boat like an airplane. Like if you're out in it's one thing, we're lucky enough that we live on the Rio, where you generally within a couple hundred feet of shore at all times. But if you get out on the ocean 20 miles offshore, then you lose an engine or lose two engines, or you have an electrical problem or something like that. It could get scary pretty quick out in the middle of the ocean. So it's almost, you have to have the mindset of working on an airplane that's carrying passengers at 40,000 feet in the air, same sort of thing, right? So that's the mindset that I have when I work. I double check, triple check, because the last thing I want is one of my customers being stranded out on the water after I, oops, I knew that was going to happen. Sorry guys. Yeah, last thing I want to happen is have a comeback, because my customers can't just pull over on the side of the road and call a tow truck. Like, it's a little bit more involved than that. This is going to be the roughest stretch of this trip, so trying to go as slow as possible here so the camera doesn't tip over. But as you can see, I live out in the middle of nowhere, as close as I am to Ottawa, with a population of over 1 million people. Like, we're out in the boonies here, so it's nice to be able to do these little vlogs on the way home. It's nice scenery going